Elon Musk has been punching down, punching up, and punching sideways at all of his critics, and now he's punching at his own daughter with a very weird rant. I have that and exactly what she said to draw his public scorn coming up next. Musk's daughter's damning opinion of him just appeared in a piece published by Teen Vogue magazine. The headline and subheadline of the article said, among other things, Vivian Jenna Wilson on being Elon Musk's estranged daughter, and talks about the cartoonishly evil Trump administration and being a young trans woman today. It went on to say,
Wilson entered the public consciousness because of her father, but not for typical Nepo baby reasons. At the time, she was trying to disconnect herself from Musk, eventually writing in a 2022 petition to legally change her name that she doesn't wish to be related to her biological father in any way, shape, or form. Though she'd never publicly spoken about Musk before then, her attempt to distance herself from him is what ultimately drew her into the public eye. 2 years after Wilson filed that name change petition, and notably just 9 days after Musk officially endorsed now President Trump's campaign, her father spoke about her in a conversation with manosphere influencer Jordan Peterson, repeatedly deadnaming Wilson and claiming she'd been killed by the woke mind virus.
And so I lost my son, essentially. They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah,
all right. So the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead, killed by the woke mind virus.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and there's lots of people in that situation now.
Right.
It's not pretty, and lots of demolished kids.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a good reason to be the final straw. All right, so let's.
So I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after that.
So, for the first time, Wilson spoke up. In a series of posts on Threads, an ex-competitor, she described Musk's characterization of her in an X post as entirely fake, called him desperate for attention and validation, and told him to touch grass.
And the article went on to capture her disgust for her father with these quotes from the interview.
The Nazi salute shit was insane. Honey, we're going to call a fig, and we're going to call a Nazi salute what it was. That shit was definitely a Nazi salute. The crowd is equally to blame, and I feel like people are not talking about that. That crowd should be denounced. He's a pathetic man-child. Why would I feel scared of him? Oh, he has so much power. Why should I be scared of this man? Because he's rich? I haven't talked to him since 2020. That was almost half a decade ago at this point. Thank God.
And what was Elon's rebuttal? He brought the heat wrapped in the weirdness that we know him for, as shared in this article by the HuffPost that began with, Elon Musk goes on transphobic rant the same day his estranged daughter speaks out.
Elon Musk went on a transphobic rant Thursday on X, baselessly claiming hormone injections cause extreme emotional volatility, just hours after his estranged daughter, Vivian Wilson, who is trans, called him a pathetic man-child. What are the statistics on trans violence? Musk wrote on X, the social media site he owns, in response to someone writing that 3 in 4 people who have been arrested for vandalizing Teslas are transgender or non-binary. The probability of a trans person being violent appears to be vastly higher than non-trans. Hormone injections cause extreme emotional volatility. That is simply a fact.
And the article completely debunked Musk's claim with,
there is no evidence to suggest people taking hormone injections are subject to extreme emotional volatility. A 2022 Stanford University study found that transgender people who start gender-affirming hormone treatment in adolescence have better mental health than people who wait until adulthood to start. A review conducted by researchers at Amsterdam University Medical Centers and the University of Exeter found that gender-affirming hormone therapy reduces depression and psychological distress in trans people.
Elon Musk is a troll. It's part of his self-identity and brand, and his lack of impulse control means that even his own child will be on the receiving end of it. But when someone like that has real power in government, it stops being a sideshow and it starts becoming a direct threat to our democracy. A person without empathy is not just unfit to oversee major projects, they are dangerous. Management and life and death decisions require rational decision-making, accountability, and at least a baseline respect for people, and it is not a stretch to say that some of the things he is slashing will result in deaths. And to put a fine point on his odd relationship with empathy, let me show you a video I uncovered in researching this story. Watch as Instagram user Big Bang Mike exposes Musk trying to weaponize the word while echoing Vivian's man-child assessment.
So here's a fun juxtaposition. Check out your boy Elon Musk when he was riding high, living on unlimited power on the Joe Rogan podcast in his little comfort zone.
The fundamental weakness of Western civilization is empathy. The empathy exploit. They're exploiting a bug in Western civilization, which is the empathy response.
And now, check him out on Fox News once he'd lost $1 billion in the stock market because no one wants to buy his crappy cars.
I always thought the left, or Democrats, were supposed to be the party of empathy, the party of caring.
Hypocritical much? Oh, I get it. What you mean is empathy for me, but not for thee. Right, Doge?
I think we just have a deranged... there's some kind of mental illness thing going on here, because this doesn't make any sense.
I swear, leave it to a rich dude to make a rule and then be like super mad and sad when that rule applies to them too. Oh, no, you misunderstand, right? Because the problem is that people have empathy for you. People care about you. Obviously, people need to care about me. I'm a very special boy. It's so annoying and pathetic. These guys all portray themselves as like tough, cutthroat, and cunning, but they're all toddlers, the lot of them.